All right, this ain't Rocket Science People, episode 76. Got the homie Dammers popped out with me, creator, designer, Dirty Diane brand. What's up with you?
What's up? What's up? I'm
You
glad to
good?
be here. This is cool. This is something new.
All right, I know you said it's your first podcast, so we're gonna get you
Yes.
situated. I'm pretty sure you'll be doing bigger shows in the future, so we're gonna get you right. You
All
feel
right.
me? So listen, honestly, Howard, have you ever heard my show before? It's okay to say no.
So no, I haven't.
All right, that's
But
good enough for me. So listen, we're gonna start this show off on a positive note as we always do. All right, so I'm gonna give you a topic, and I need you to say something positive about it. You know what I'm saying? I like to
okay.
start the show off on a positive note. All right.
Okay.
So for you, your topic is going to be the chunky felines that I see people wear. Give me something positive. I mean, because of course you're a creator, you're a designer. We're gonna get into your brand. So I know you got the eye for fashion.
Oh my
So give me
God.
something positive about the chunky shoe trend. Okay, more particularly though the felines.
Something positive about
Give me
them?
something positive. Yes, come on. Let's start the show off on a positive note. She's struggling, people.
Okay. So for people who are short, it definitely gave them a nice extreme enhancement to their height. I mean, that's that's really
Is that the best you could do?
they are those were just not.
Don't no.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's all. That's the best I can do. That's
All
it.
right, that's the
That's it.
best you
I'm
can
not.
do. So for the
Yeah,
short homies and even ladies, because ladies and the men wear them, she's
yeah.
saying it gives you height. I think I can do a little better than Dan. All right. Um, being that the chunky shoes are a trend, I'm gonna say it's a cost-effective way to be trendy. It's a if you can't afford the
Okay,
six
that's
hundred
good.
dollars,
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, yeah. If
I
you can't
definitely
afford the
agree.
yeah,
If
if
you
you
can't
can't,
afford like the Buffalo London and yeah,
I
I
don't even know what
definitely
that is, but
yeah. So I agree with that. That was actually really good. I'm
right,
mad I
right. So
didn't think of that one.
exactly. So if you can't afford the Buffalo London, which I know I can't afford it because I don't know what that is, or the Balenciagas and all that other chunky
Yeah.
shit niggas is wearing, you just
Hmm.
have some felines.
Yeah, definitely.
And
That was good.
apparently nothing's wrong with it because I see everybody wearing them, all kinds of colors.
Do you still see them wearing them now?
I see them every day of my life.
I haven't seen them in a long time, like out and about. I haven't seen them. But it's so funny that you bring them up.
All right, no. I just wanted to get the show up on a positive note. All right, let's get into it. So June 6th, what's going down June 6th?
So June 6th, so basically my brand, Dirty Diane brand, and I'm not sure if you guys know of for the culture clothing, we came together and they asked me to curate something for both brands so we can bring my audience and their audience together to create some type of vibe. I can't 100% say exactly what June 6th is, but on June 6th, we are hosting something called appointment only. So it's an invite only type of vibe. So you had to be exclusively invited by either myself or the For the Culture brand. And the way we did the invite was that we sent it via DM or personally out through text to people that we exclusively wanted there to create the vibe that I decided to put together. So when I came up with the idea of like appointment only, it was to basically like keep going on like the whole like invite only thing, but I didn't want to say invite only. So
Right, right.
appointment only is what I came up with to keep it exclusive. And if you did get invited, you notice like when I sent you the invite, you notice that you had to literally click the link, go on there, pick
Set
the
an
date,
appointment.
set your appointment, and like that's really what you have to show to be let in. Like you don't have to literally show up on your appointment time, but it's just to, like keep the event exclusive. But I can't say what it is, and I can't say what you're going to walk into on June 6th. But if you got invited, the only way you will know what appointment only is if you come. So that's really
All right.
all I
So
can say.
shout out to the culture.
It's gonna be a vibe though.
It's gonna be a vibe.
It's
But
gonna
shout
be
out
a
to the
vibe. I
culture.
can't say that.
Shout out to Fag. Shout out to Scrap. I'm not even know what I signed up for, but I definitely signed up to be there.
Yeah.
So like you said, so it's gonna be a vibe. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a
much,
vibe. Like it's going. They came to me like we like your vibe. We like the vibe of your brand. We like the image of your brand, and we're trying to do something different for our brand. So let's join the two. And they gave me like pretty much full creative control over everything. They love me so much.
oh, so it's a group
like they
project,
let
but you're
me
doing all the work. I said it's a group project, but you're doing all the work.
No, they definitely help, but they literally let me do and decide pretty much everything. I always get the last word.
All right, cool.
But it's definitely But like I said, if you come, if you were invited, you have to come to see what appointment only is.
All right, so 2 questions for you. First of all, for the listeners, if you haven't been invited, is it a wrap? Is it already?
So this is the thing. It's not like, oh, if you weren't invited, it's a wrap. You may be invited to the next thing. It's just that number one, we are still under like yeah, but yeah. So if you didn't get invited, no. So I will say this: we are still in the process of sending out invites. We're almost done, but we are still in the process. But out of the first day that we sent invites out, we already had like 65 appointments made just on the first day.
Okay.
And we're only allowing 100.
Okay.
So that's what I'll say. I'll say that first. Secondly, we are still under COVID, precautions and all that extra shit. So we did have to hand pick people that we wanted in there outside of like our family and friends and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, if you didn't get invited, it's like, oh, it's like personal or nothing like that. It's really like we had to do it strategically. And who knows? This might be a series, or this might be, who knows? You just have to wait and see. Like, come June 6th, and everyone sees what appointment only is, then you'll understand it.
Okay, and if you are invited, can you bring somebody with you, or is it like,
yes.
No, nigga, this is your appointment?
No. If you were invited, you did have the option to do like a +1. There were a couple people that were making appointments and putting like a +12.
Wow, whole gang and
we had like a couple like +12. Someone put +59. I am assuming that the 59 and the 12 were like mistakes, because most people just put like +1, +2, +3. That's perfectly fine. But like, the 59 and the 12, we all in our group chat, we kind of were like,
yeah, somebody, that's a football team.
But I mean, hey, they might really bring 12 people, but I doubt it. But yes, if you did get invited and like you did RSVP, you picked your appointment time, you can bring someone. But I will say this though, if you did get invited by myself or my partners for the culture, and you do not RSVP and you show up, you can't get in, because like it's specific directions and people need to follow the directions. So like,
have some respect, people. Have some respect.
Yeah, like just respect like the aesthetic of what we've created, and because it all flows. Like that whole day from us dropping the flyer, the people RSVPing, everything flows. So like if you got their RSVP and you didn't do it and you show up, you're not getting in. I'm not even going to have my phones on me on that day. So like it ain't going to be like, oh,
people, she
I'm
said
at
phones.
the door, or no, just do the shit right.
Have some respect, people. Do the shit right.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, let's get into it. This ain't rocket science, people. Episode 76. I got the live going today. People asking who's talking. We got Dan with us, y'all, from Dirty Diane Brand. And all right,
Who's
so June
asking?
6th. I'm sorry.
Who's asking? Who's talking?
Random people on the live. We
Oh,
got
okay.
200 people on the live right now. Let's get to 5, y'all. I'm lying like a motherfucker. I am lying like if we can get to 5 people, we be on a roll. We got 3 right now.
Okay. That's
So listen,
cool.
this ain't
I
rocket
told my
science.
sisters I was going on. They need to get on your live.
I mean, let's go.
I'm
All right, but
excited.
let's get into it. So let's flash back, right? When did
Okay.
you? I know you're the founder of Dirty Diane Brand. We were talking about before the show started your exact title. When did you start Dirty Diane Brand?
So I officially started and like made like an Instagram and really like decided on the name in like 2015. I remember the exact day that I made my Instagram page. I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was laying on my air mattress, and I was like, I'm gonna just do it, because for a long time I was like back and forth with like, am I going to really go hard with the brand? Am I going to really like, like really even do it? Because like I knew my eye for fashion. I knew like, that I've always been intrigued by it, but I didn't really, at the time, I was intimidated and not really sure if like people would believe my eye for fashion or believe like what I wanted to do in the fashion world. So it was 2015. I was living in Atlanta, and I was transitioning to move back to Philly. So I was in my apartment. I was pretty much like moving out. I was laying on my air mattress, and I just made the Instagram page. I made the Instagram page, and I just started like following people, like just like following people that were like my friends at the time and like my family and stuff. So that was 2015, and to be honest, I really didn't even know like the direction or what I even wanted to create for the brand. I knew it was going to be fashion, but at first I was thinking about doing wholesale. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do cut and sew, and then I just didn't do anything because I really like just didn't know. So for a while, it was just like I had this Instagram page, and then on Facebook, that's like Facebook. I was heavy on Facebook around that time. I would just constantly just like follow my Instagram page, and Dirty Diane coming soon and this and that, and I was like going back and forth to New York, like meeting with manufacturers and stuff like that. I had one of my friends from Dell State. Her name is Jazz. She had actually went out to New York with me a couple times and just was like showing me the areas for like where you could shop for fabric and stuff like that. So for like the first 2 years, maybe even longer, I had no real direction for the brand. Like I said, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to produce. And it was just like, it was just kind of like a blur. Like it was just like, all right, I have this name. I know I'm going to do fashion. I know that I have an eye for it, but I didn't know what I was going to produce to my audience
All
yet.
right, so that's my next question actually. So how did you come up on the name?
So the name is Diane was my grandma. So my grandma, and she was that was my mom's mom. So most of my childhood, she was a big part of like my life. She passed away when I was 7.
Right.
So but growing up, she was like always with me. Like we were literally like best friends. So she um she was like a heavy influence in my life, like raised me, very close knit with like raising me with my mom and my other aunt. So I knew that I wanted her name to be a part of my brand, but I didn't know like how. So I was like, all right, so how can I incorporate her in the name? So I was like, all right, Diane. So I came up with dirty because most people, when you think of the word dirty, or and if you're like describing someone or something, it's normally looked at in like a negative light.
Right, right.
Like when you think of the word dirty, like if you see a chick and you like, oh, she dirty, that's like,
It's a negative
that's,
connotation
yeah,
with it.
it's
Yeah,
negative way that you look at that person. So when I thought of it like that, and I started thinking of like myself, I'm very lively, I'm very spontaneous, I'm pretty like upbeat when you get to know me, like, and most of the time, like, pretty much on the norm as well. So I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna use dirty, but I'm gonna flip it and make it looked at in a positive way.
almost like
So
slutty
I
vegan.
say it again.
I feel like slutty vegan kind of use that same technique with slutty.
Exactly. So I came up with Dirty Diane. So it's like, okay, people who are free spirited, lively, go to the beat of their own drum,
Right,
not
right,
not afraid to, just pretty much say like fuck the rules and just like do you. Because that's really the kind of person that I am. So
right.
when I look at it like that, then I combined the two and I did Dirty and Diane. And then it was like it came full circle because it was like me and her back together again. And pretty
Right.
much she's like involved in everything I do. Like I have her tattooed on me like twice. I just tatted her on my face, like her name on
Really?
my,
You got a
yeah.
face tat?
Yeah, I just
You
got
out
it
here
actually.
thugging for real.
Fire. It's so fire. She's her my brand's name is tattooed on my knees. So like, she's
Yeah.
with me all the time. So and then in her day, she was heavy into fashion.
Right,
She
right.
wore like really big oversized coats and
Gramps was
hats.
fly,
And
huh?
yeah, she was the shit. Like she was the shit. And she was literally like my world. So like when I always, like I said, I always knew that she was going to be a part of the name for the brand. I just didn't know how. And then that's how I came up with like Dirty Diane.
Right, I feel that. And the thing about you is I feel like you had like a unique journey as far as to where you are today because you actually had like a career, like a real career.
Yeah.
So how was it? I mean, I don't know if you want to. I know some people don't like to get their real
I'll
job
talk
or
about
whatever.
it. I don't mind.
So talk about leaving your career. What the career was, leaving your career to actually chase this passion.
So when I mentioned earlier that I was living in Atlanta, so when I was living out there, I was in a relationship at the time. So I was with that person for like 6 years. So when I was out there, my plan was, huh?
I said that's a touchdown. 6 years.
Yeah. That was
That's on
nice
the
though.
board.
Like he's great. Like I learned a lot when I was with him. Like, and we're still like really good friends. So when I was in Atlanta, my plan was to go to nursing school in Atlanta. Okay. So when I looked up how much nurses made out there, it ain't shit. Like nurses don't make nothing in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. So I talked it over with my mom. She was like, move back home. So I moved back home and I went to nursing school. I was never the girl that was like, oh, I want to be a nurse all my life and this that's not me. And I tell people that all the time. Like when I was working as a nurse, I would tell people that all the time because most environments that I worked in, I didn't really talk to people that much there. I really just came in, worked my shift, and I would bounce. Like that was it.
Right.
But when they would ask me certain questions or like, oh, you going back to school to get your RN or are you going back to school to, it was always no, like, no, this is just simply to secure myself financially so that I could maintain a certain lifestyle that I was used to living. When you're a kid and your mom and dad do for you and they expose you to certain things, if you like that, you want to be able to continue to live like that as an adult. That's mostly
Right.
how, I think people look at it. So I went to school. I went to LPN school. It was a 12-month program. Came, did it 12 months, came out. I failed the NCLEX the first time. So the NCLEX is the test you have to take to become licensed.
Right.
And I failed because in school, you're supposed to like do these like practice tests all throughout school, but I never did them because like my mind was on like other shit at the time when I was in school. I was like
Right.
literally looking up apartments in New York, and I was looking up, the certain trends that's going on in fashion right now. Like I just wasn't on that. So when I graduated, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go take the test and see if I pass it before I even study. Took the test, I failed. So I was like, all right, I'm going to study for 6 months. And I was like, if I fell the second time, this isn't for me. Like it what like my plan of how I thought this shit would go, it's not supposed to go like that.
Right. Right.
Went home, studied for so I failed the test. The day after I failed the test, I flew to Miami for the weekend.
That's
Went
how
to
you do it.
Miami, had a ball. Like, I love Miami. Went to Miami, had a ball, like did what I did. Came back home, got focused, studied for 6 months, took the test, passed it. And that was 2016. I became a nurse. And I worked for a good like 2.5 years, like got my credit and everything in order, saved up a lot of money, and I did things that I needed to do and put myself in certain positions. And then like I just was like, all right, I started a cleaning business and did some other things, and I just was like, I'm gonna just go out and just trust myself. Because one thing about me, people who know me, like how you know me, and we've been friends for a long time. I am really a person that has to do things my way. And
Right.
and
Right.
with nursing, it got to the point where I would be at work, and I would need to take care of something at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I don't get off until 3. And I couldn't I couldn't do that anymore. Like I need to be able to do what I need to do. Or if
So
I
that's pretty
just
much why you left.
don't want to do anything, I want to have that option to not do anything. So it was like, I just had to and it wasn't really a hard transition for me to leave. It was more so like I didn't want to like go broke, and I didn't want to like put all my eggs in one basket and kind of just like not and it not work out. But like it's been good. Like I work at my own pace, and I've never been like the person with my brand to like compare my brand to other brands and what I see other people doing, because I am really in my own lane. That's really how I look at it. I really only see Dirty Diane brand. I don't even see any other brands.
Right. Yeah. You
So
sound like Wayne when Wayne said he don't listen to nobody else's music. He only listens to his own.
yeah, like I really don't. Like I don't see any other brand, and I think that I love that about myself, because I like the pace that I go at is it's really nice. Like it's really nice. Like there have been certain opportunities that have came my way, and I have not like entertained them, just because I'm not ready to either take on that type of traffic that I know would come to my brand, or that type of attention, or whatever the case may be. I want to do it on my terms, and when I'm ready to ready to do it. But yeah, like I was a nurse, and I had to do what I had to do. But the thing is though, being as though I don't work as a nurse anymore, I still do keep my license and stuff active. So like my
Okay.
license, all my clearances and stuff are active all the time. So if ever anything happened, if I needed to make a quick 10,000, I can know, all right, I can go work for a month or two and make this money real quick and then be out of it.
Scrapping.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
it's
that's what's
it's
up.
good
That's what's
though.
up.
I'm grateful for it. Like I'm 100% grateful, because it allowed me to put certain things in order, and like I
Yeah.
said, be able to maintain a lifestyle that I was used to living.
That's a good tool to have in your back pocket, just in case you need to pop out real quick, like you said, and trap crazy.
Yeah.
So listen, I know you said you work at your own pace. Let's talk about your latest line that you just dropped. How long ago did you drop that?
So I dropped appointment only April. Hold on, let me look. I think I dropped it April 19th. I
And
think.
what's been the response? First of all,
Yeah, I
what
dropped it
was?
April 19th. It was a small little capsule. And it's so crazy, because when I went to do the shoot for it, my photographer was like, he was like, was there a theme behind all of these designs? So I was like, no, like I created them each on different days. Like it wasn't even like, oh, I sat down and did it all together. So he was like, oh, because like it all tells a story. So when I looked at it, I was like, oh wow, like it really does. But it dropped on the 19th. All the hoodies are sold out besides two. I have like one extra small and one double X left. The t-shirts, all the smalls are sold out, all the mediums. There's like a few larges. I think all the extra larges are gone, and like a few 2X's. This is what
So
I'm
it did
surprised
well.
about. Say it again.
I said, so it did well. Like it went
Yeah,
crazy.
it did. It
People
did
show love.
really well. What I was so surprised about with the appointment only drop for Dirty Diane brand was how fast the hoodies went.
Mhm.
I didn't time it well for like when I was originally supposed to release the hoodie. So I really thought people weren't even going to buy the hoodie no more because it's
The
getting
weather.
warm out.
Right,
But I
right, right.
mean, the hoodie is the I use like a organic lightweight cotton for some of my hoodies, and this particular one it's an organic lightweight cotton. So I emphasized that in like the description and blah blah blah, and those hoodies went like that. I could not believe it, but it's been so many like windy and low nippy
Yeah.
days.
I wear hoodies all year round, so I feel like it's never a
Yeah,
bad time to drop a hoodie.
yeah, like even like if I go to Miami or something, and at night, I definitely put on a hoodie with some
Yeah, I wear,
shorts.
yeah, hell
Like
yeah, hell
yeah,
yeah,
all
hell
the
yeah.
time. So I emphasize that in the description, like this hoodie you definitely can wear, throughout the spring and summer. It's very lightweight, but the hoodie went fast. This beats from my last drop, my Wish You Were Here hoodie, which I have it on
Man,
right
right
now.
now,
This,
yeah.
this was my first one. I actually love this hoodie. Like I love it so much. But this hoodie sold out in like 4 days. That was my fastest ever. Like since me dropping merch, I couldn't
Right.
believe it. This hoodie sold out in 4 days, and then then like so and then with the appointment only drop, I've gotten orders every single day since I have dropped.
That's what's up. So you definitely out
So
here thriving, doing your thing. Like I said, that's why I said your journey has been unique. Like I said, you were a nurse, you were doing your thing. You
yeah,
decided to, well, not put it away because you still got it in your back pocket if you want to nurse some
yeah,
money back to health. But
exactly.
so listen, so like I said, you put that away. Then you started doing your thing in 2015. It took 2 years for you to really drop your first line.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely
I
been
didn't drop a piece of merch.
for 2 years.
So I didn't drop a piece of merch until 2018.
2018. So now looking at where we are, I mean, we can still count the creative thought from 2015 and now we're in 2021. Are
Mhm.
you where you thought you'd be, or are you doing better?
I'm doing better.
You doing way
I'm doing
better?
better than what I thought. I didn't think that like I be like even for like how For the Culture reached out to me to collab with them and design for them, like they're like doing things with other brands, and like I ghost design for a couple other people. I just ghost design for my best friend for her mental health um merch that she just dropped,
Shout out to my
stuff
homie
like
Krista,
that.
man.
Huh?
I said shout out to Krista.
Yeah,
But people
so
get ghostwriter. I
like
don't know if you're allowed to say that. Like, are you allowed to say that?
what?
Like, say if you're a ghostwriter for a rapper, you can't be like, yeah, I just ghostwrote for.
I mean, I feel like why not? Like,
Well, you ain't a ghost no more.
well, I mean, hers doesn't count because that's my best friend. But like
Right.
the other people, I won't disclose that. But yeah, like I feel like, I never really looked at myself as like a ghost designer. You get what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like I never looked at myself as like, oh
You want
yeah,
your credit.
I do because my shit is fire, and like I do
Listen,
be
we tired of listen. You already
it.
know. You already know the motto. We tired of being humble. So
Yeah,
she want her
like
credit. Like,
so I never really looked at myself as like having other brands and other people want me to design for them on top of thinking of ideas for my own personal brand. So like,
right. Right.
you know, to be there to have people really like buying my stuff and wearing like if I go on Instagram and somebody tagged me because they wore their shirt today or their hoodie today, I really be like, wow, like this is really something that I came up with and designed and brought to life. And then, like people who don't know me that buy from me and follow the brand. And because I had people who have known me for years and they don't follow, because it's not even about purchasing. Support is like literally 100% free. So I have people who have known me for years and they don't even follow my brand or have nothing really to say, which I don't even get even caught up in that stuff no more. I really don't even care. But it's like when I see like strangers who really just like follow the brand or repost or and then go to the extent as to buying, it's like, oh wow, so I look at it like if I'm right here right now and I didn't expect myself to be right here with the brand, I can imagine where I'll be in like 3 or 4 years. Like, I was just saying to mom and my sisters, like, I feel like something big is about to happen with the brand. I say, I don't know what, but I just feel like something good is gonna happen with it. Like,
and to me, it all starts with like positive thoughts. So if you're feeling that, it's definitely gonna come through. How would you describe like your personal style?
My personal
When
style,
you're not wearing your own shit.
when I'm not wearing my own stuff.
When you're not wearing your own shit. Like I know
So
your own shit probably your favorite shit, but like how would you describe like your personal style?
I'm like comfy chic. I'll describe it like that. I'm like comfy chic. So like I can, I can definitely be chill, but I can definitely make it sexy rather if I put a heel on with it, or I might do a crop with maybe like some baggy denim or a baggy jogger or some sweat, something like that. So I definitely would say I'm like a comfy girl, but I'm very chic, and I'm very edgy. So like I'm not afraid to like pretty much wear anything. Like I'm not afraid to put like anything on. I'm not afraid to do. I'm very secure with my body. I'm very free spirited with my body too. So like I'm not afraid to like like I'm really into the side boob thing. I never really wear a bra. So when I wear wife beaters and stuff like that and crops, the nipples is definitely poking. So it's just
You gonna get
that's
what you
just what
get.
it is. Yeah.
Listen,
So like I'm very, very secure with that. So I would say, yeah, like I'm like comfy chic with a little bit of edge. I get dressed though. Like I definitely throw that shit on rather.
throw that shit on.
Yeah, I definitely know how to put stuff together. So yeah.
So growing up, like were you always fresh? Like I've met your father before, your pop. Every time I run into homie, I don't care if it's 7 o'clock in the morning, he walking a dog. Homie dumb fresh. So I guess this might be a dumb question because I know you, but for the people growing up, elementary school up, were you always fresh? Did you always have the latest shit?
So growing up, yeah, like growing up, I yeah, like okay, this is what I'll say. When I look at pictures of myself like a little kid, I dressed like a little kid. Like, I was in like regular little kid things. But when I got to the age where I was able to like have my own style and like understand what was certain things, yes, like my parents always made sure that I had like the latest. But it wasn't on like no, oh, whatever you want and you can get the latest. No, it was like I was like a good kid. So like
Okay.
I did what I was supposed to do. I behaved how I was supposed to behave, and I did the things I was supposed to do in school, and I got what I wanted. But like yes, I definitely always had like the latest anything. So when Jordans was real popular when I was a kid growing up, I always had Jordans, which I didn't even like them. In my parents all like my parents and one of my uncles, they always bought me them, and I did not like Jordans like at all. But like when limited two was like a big deal back in the day, yes, like we would have gift cards, 500 on them gift cards, running it up in limited two in Springfield Mall. Yeah. So I
Right.
always had like the latest, always everything. So then I just, and then like in college, I was always with the latest, I was always fresh. And then it just, as I got older, and that's what I meant. That's what I mean by like I had to be able to maintain a lifestyle that I was used to living. Not that I'm like this materialistic person. It has nothing to do with labels. It's just like I like to look nice. I like to look presentable. I like to, like keep myself up, rather if I'm shopping at H&M or if I'm at Saks. But I wanted to be able to do that on my terms. And once you get to a certain age, it's no more mom and dad. So I had to figure it out.
Right. Because I know when we was out Vegas this past summer, y'all going into Louis Vuitton, y'all doing all that. Now, me personally, I don't even go in them stores. I keep my eyes closed when I walk by them. So y'all definitely was doing your thing. All right, so listen, I know we got the show started off on a positive note, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you can talk your shit. What's a trend right now that's going crazy that you can't stand? Like, what's fucking corny as shit right now but everybody be doing it? You would say.
So clothes or just like
just in fashion in general, like the shit people wearing.
Let's see what people are wearing. In clothes.
Or if we flip it, what's something that people like? Like what's going on right now that you do like that's in right now?
So what I do love is like how like the 70s trend is kind of coming back with like the real high waist pants. I got all of mine from Zara. So they're like really high waist and they're super long. I just wore a pair when I was on vacation and they were just like everything. Like everything. One thing that I am kind of getting sick of, and I've seen it a lot yesterday when I was out, the scrunch dresses, those like slip dresses that's like scrunchy on the sides. I'm over it.
You done?
I'm over it. It was nice because don't get me wrong, I love me a nice little slip dress or a nice little slip skirt, but it's coming off like too cheesy now. Like it's just I'm over it. It was like no, like everybody had them on where I was like yesterday, and I was just like like
you was done with it.
Yeah, I'm over that, and like the fur slides.
Oh, I hate fur slides, me personally, but I don't think they belong outside.
I hated them when they first started.
Yeah.
And I just wish that shit just like go. Like I can't like at all. Like I don't want to see any of that this summer. Like at all. But yeah, I love like this whole 70s thing coming back. Even with like the big they have like these new like mules I just seen on their website. They're like it's like a chunky wedge, like it gives me like very like 70s inspired, and it comes in like a I seen like a neon like greenish color that I love. So I'm really feeling like the whole like real high waist, super long style jean that's out right now, and like that wedge chunky heel. I'm in love with it. I love wedges, like I love them. So that's really my thing.
So when you out and about, like maybe even yesterday per se, what's something you like to see a guy in? Like what attracts you that a guy might be wearing that attracts you to a guy? You go to smile. So she already know what it is. What you out here looking for, Dan?
No, I'm smiling because like when I was out yesterday, I was looking at a lot of the guys dressed, and I just was like, oh my God, like I wish I could dress mostly 95% of the guys in there. But I do like guys who get dressed. I do like that. Like I'm definitely attracted to that. And not even so much with like labels. I just like guys who look put together. Like, but for real, like if you got on like a nice jean, a nice little clean polo tee, a good sneaker, even you got on just some New Balances. I am a sucker for a New Balance, some jeans, and a nice clean polo tee. You know, like I'm good with that. But if you want to get crazy and you know, like you want to really take it there, you know, I like guys who you know, like I like a nice, you know, maybe graphic tee or a nice, you know, just a regular tee, some jeans. It's not even so much of like what do I like to see guys in. I just like guys who look put together. You know, like I like guys who look put together. What I don't like is that overly tight look. I don't like that. So like I know the fitted look is in for men and I like that, but some people take it way too far. So like how y'all look when we was in Vegas. So like you know, like on a norm, how you, and Scrap look, that's what I like. Those are the kind of guys that I date, you know, and that I'm attracted to. So like y'all just was in t-shirts, a nice hoodie, some nice shorts, you know, y'all had good clean footwear on. I just like people to look together and presentable, because if you with me, that's how I'm gonna look with you. So that's you know, that's how I like it.
You know what? And that example leads us to the conversation for tonight, people. So listen, this is what I'm gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna play this audio clip, and we're gonna have a we have a real conversation. Because one thing I can say about you and I, whether it was down Center City in Parktown,
Yeah.
down at the restaurant, your people's restaurant in South Philly, or even like out Vegas when we roll out.
Right.
Like you and I always have good conversation. We have in-depth
We do.
conversations.
We do.
So one thing about me is I feel like conversations with a camera on are always different. You feel me?
Okay.
I always be like, damn, I wish I could have recorded that, because when we somewhere chilling, it's just authentic. You feel me?
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna attempt to have on our conversation tonight. I'm gonna play this clip, and I just want to have an honest conversation. And I want to know how you feel about it. All right?
Okay.
So give me a second. Now this is actually an older clip that resurfaced from Steve Harvey, and I'm gonna play it, and hopefully hopefully the people can hear it, and if not, I'll edit it and make it happen. But this is Steve Harvey talking about why he cannot have women as friends, and I want to know how you feel about it. All right?
Okay.
So here it is right here.
I'm incapable of that.
Talk to him, Steve.
Well, because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right here. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No,
that's me.
He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor. And trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
Slide, baby, slide.
99.9% of us think that.
My boy said 99.9. Now, before I let you go, I'm gonna just go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
So listen, we all know this is Ain't Rocket Science, people. This is episode 76. So y'all know how I'm coming. I'm the defense attorney for the real niggas. And Steve Harvey is 100% wrong. Okay.
Okay.
And what he's wrong about is when he says the only reason we y'all friend is so when there's a chink in the armor, we can slide through the door. Now, you and I, we've been friends for a while. Right. Now, that's not the only reason I'm your friend.
Right.
I will be your friend regardless. So that's the only thing I disagree with what Steve is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I don't have any ugly friends. I don't even know how you become friends with somebody you're not attracted to. So with that being said, everything else he said is on the money.
Okay.
So the only thing I got an issue with Steve said is when he says men, it's the only reason they hang around being your friend. I don't agree with that. I can be friendly with a woman, and not don't have to have sex with her, and I'm definitely not going to be friendly with her just waiting for the opportunity.
Right.
Everything else he said, I'm in there.
Okay, so all right. I don't So this is what I'll say.
All right.
I don't agree with the part that he said like that people who so that guys who are friends with females that they're just waiting for like an opportunity for if she's in a relationship for it to go wrong and then they would make their move. So like okay, so me, you and I are friends. Me and my Cody,
Everybody, whole gang, yeah.
yeah, the whole gang. Scrap, like y'all, like I vacationed with y'all, and I'll just say this: I have never gotten any type of indication that any of y'all were ever like attracted. Now, if you're attracted to me, that okay,
That's life.
all right. That's normal. That attraction is just, oh, I think she's pretty, or I can say, oh, I think they're handsome. You know, that's a form of attraction. But to be like, oh yeah, like I'm only friends with them because as soon as things go left with who she with, I'm going to slide in and try to hit. Like I think that's weird. Like I've never gotten any type of impression from no guys that I'm friends with. Even like people that I'm friends with outside of y'all, like they've never made me feel like that. Now, what they do with other females, I don't know, and I don't care because now I do know that narrative is true, but I don't. It's true to when it you know like when it's that situation. But just to generalize it, I don't. I don't agree with that. But I can understand why he can say that because you do have people, male and females. I'm not going to put it all on the guys. You do have females who be like, "Oh yeah, this my friend, and they're intimate."
Right. So, all right. So you and I agree on the same thing. We agree with everything Steve said, besides the part where he says.
Did he say that he can't have female friends?
Yeah, we're gonna get that in a second. So you and I agree on the same part, which is we agree with everything Steve said, except that people we don't nobody's sitting around hoping whatever you got going on goes left. I'm not gonna only be friendly with you because of that. But everything else he said, I agree with. So, but yeah, what Steve said is Steve used the word incapable. Steve said he's incapable. So I think that's a different level.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you're in a relationship,
so this is all right. Go ahead. No, what was you saying?
No, I was about to say, are you single or are you in a relationship or what?
No, I'm single. Yeah.
Okay, so would you allow your partner if you was in a relationship to have what he would call platonic friendships? Like, do you believe in that? Do you believe?
So this is what I'll say. There was a time when I was very immature and very like simple-minded where I was one of those girls that was like, oh yeah, no, like it's me and that's it. But at the time, the person that I was with, you know, like he was cool with it just being me. Like he was cool with that. And at the time it was just him too. So it wasn't like I had guys that I was like friends with, but once I got into my relationship, it was like it's all about him. And he wasn't like a person that was like, oh yeah, don't talk to this person. It was nothing like that. And I wasn't like that either with him. It was just like we're always together and you know, you don't really have to do anything with anybody else. But I would have conversations with my girlfriends and stuff like that. And I was one of those girls that was like, oh yeah, no, like my man, he ain't having no girls, you know, like he not having no girls as friends. And I don't want to be around none of his friends. I was definitely like that. As I've gotten older and as I've matured and as I have, you know, like been in other relationships, dealt with other people, and I can see how, you know, like you really could have grown up with someone or met someone in college or worked with somebody and y'all really do have a friendship and it really just be friendship because I have it. So like I really like y'all are really my friends. Y'all have really been in my home, in my parents' home. You know, we have traveled together. Like I do understand it now. But this is what I will say. It does have to be like
A boundary.
a boundary, because
Yeah.
it was one person that I was dealing with, and it was like you with your friends, like every night, y'all taking shots and going out to dinner. I'm not with that.
You wasn't feeling that.
I understand that's your homie from wherever, but I don't really care about her, and that's just how that's gonna go.
Yeah,
So I think it's boundaries. I because now being older and having so much going on and having so much of like my own life, you gotta be, if whoever I would be with at this age and at this time in my life, you have to have a life outside of me, because I have a life outside of you. So I'm not opposed to it. I would never be like, oh yeah, you can't have friends, but it is gonna be boundaries, and it's gonna be a level of like, respect, of course. And certain things, like it's so funny. When we came back from Vegas, my sister was like, she asked me, she was like, do you think that if you were in a relationship, you would have still went to Vegas? And she was like, and if you were to get in one, would you do a trip like that with them again?
You know, the funny thing is, somebody didn't come because they were in a relationship. I'm not gonna name no names, but it was somebody who came with us the year before, and then all of a sudden, because she was in a relationship, she felt like she couldn't come. You know what, you motherfucker, you shouldn't have came.
Yeah.
Whatever nigga you with wasn't gonna like how we carried out there. Like, you already know.
And this is the thing though, because all right, so hold up. Now, anybody I'm with, they gonna carry how y'all carry out there. So he wouldn't feel no type of way about that. But
or he could come. Or he can come.
Or he could come. But this is what I will say. What I have learned is, throughout being in relationships, you have to accept me as like who I am. So I was vacationing and hanging out with my friends before I got with you. So that should not have to change. You should accept and respect and trust me enough to know that what I'm saying is going down is what's going down. You know what I mean?
Let me just say this real quick. Because two things. First of all, the word boundary, right?
Yeah.
That takes you back to therapy. Okay, because you already know I was in my relationship, and your boy was out of pocket, right? And another thing I want to say is, what you just mentioned is, I was like this before you got into your relationship.
Yeah.
Which is something also I had to learn the hard way. So it's like, for me, so I'm with you. You met me before. First of all, you met me hosting an alumni event. You met me hosting a party, which means I'm outgoing. I know a lot of people.
Right.
Blase, 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 blase. So in my relationship, I would say that, like, well, listen, you notice how I get down.
Right.
You feel me? But it got kind of crazy. And what I learned, and moving on, if I ever get into another relationship, is like, I'm shut the door. I can't be how I am in a relationship. Number one, because I'm inappropriate. This is a person. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm fucking inappropriate. I don't believe in boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and another thing I learned is, I'm arguing about my female friends, because me, I know you. She was like, well, where you know her from? I was meeting new friends. Like, you can't be. That's one thing if you grew up with somebody. Now I'm meeting new friends. I'm in a relationship. Right. So that looks that looks suspect. So my whole thing is, if I ever get into another relationship, I'm gonna have to shut the door. Like, I'm gonna have to chill out. You feel me? And because like
certain things, yes.
But what I will say is this: the homegirls I'm arguing about, saying, "No, we friends," blase, blase, blase. When they found niggas, I couldn't even find them hoes. So now I'm like, I was in my relationship battling for these hoes, and now they got niggas. And so I actually learned that. So that's two things I learned. If I ever get into a relationship, boundaries is real. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And also, I can't keep saying, you met me, I was like this, because I'm already remedial.
Well, you can though. With it depends on what it depends on what you're saying though. Like okay, like that's like with me saying that, like you met. Okay, so I travel with y'all. We travel. We probably Vegas is probably going to be a yearly thing that we do. We're probably going in September. Yeah,
Yeah,
like all the pool parties are open, by the way. So
it's going up.
Vegas is probably going to be a trip that we always do. So if I get into a relationship in a month and come September, we're planning Vegas, my nigga got to know and be comfortable enough to know, like, my chick is going to Vegas with her friends. Now, this is what I will
But you're
say.
gonna sleep the whole time anyway, though. So
Right. So this is what I'm saying. When you know who
knock the
you're
fuck
with,
out there.
when you know who you're with, there is no worries. Like, let me tell you something. I can say this confidently. And if anybody that I have ever been with listen to this podcast, they will be like, she's telling the truth. I have never cheated in my life. Like, I have never cheated on anybody, like anybody. So it's certain things that you're going to know that you're going to get with dealing with me. So you don't have to question, like, she's going on a trip with these niggas and she does this every year. Right. But it's like, you're going to get a hold of me. I'm going to be talking to you the whole time. Listen, you can come if you want, but
Always
like, you
option.
should
Always give the option.
But this is the thing though. Just how secure I make my nigga feel, I want to feel just as secure too though. So like, if you're going on a trip with your friends, these have to be females that you have known. Y'all have a history. The guys that I'm friends with that have, like I said, that have been inside my home, been inside my parents' house, or like, been hang out with me down where my dad lives, blah, blah, blah. We have a history. It's real. It's like, okay, this is really my friend. I probably have talked on the phone on the phone with them around you. So like, I would want the same type of security. So my nigga not just going on a trip with 5 random females and his homies, and it's just like it's just some random chicks. No, I'm not
Let me
doing
ask you
it.
this: is it different for males though? Like, is it different for males just because, like, I don't think it's fair, but is it different for males because males act different in general?
Yeah, y'all act different. Y'all dumb as shit. It's very different. Cause I'm not even gonna hold you. If my nigga told me he was going on a trip with his homies and some bitches, I would be irked. I would be very irked. I would be irked.
Especially if the ratio is, like,
Yes.
for example,
If
when
it
you
was
come with
how
us,
we went,
yeah.
I would be irked. Yeah. I'm not even gonna sit on here and lie. I would be irked. And we probably wouldn't be together no more.
Damn.
But if it was,
but if it's you,
it's not that though, because I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. And like I said, my friendships is real friendships. It's real history with my friends. This is probably somebody that you either had sex with before, or somebody that you been plotting on and y'all going on a weekend in Miami. No.
All right, so that leads us back to the original question, which is this. I'm gonna keep it real.
Are you cool with your girl having male friends?
Yeah, but it got to be a storyline. It definitely
Right.
got to be some type of history.
Right.
I need to see the 5th grade graduation pictures. You ain't gonna just tell me this nigga just, you know what I'm not cool with?
What?
And like this conversation about to take a hard left. What I'm not cool with is the work husbands out here. All right.
Oh yeah, I think that's weird. I never been into that.
So basically, like I said,
Like
if
the
you knew
work
somebody before me, man,
boyfriend
it
and
is what it
shit.
is.
Yeah, no, I think that's a little weird.
Yeah, like if you knew somebody before me, it is what it is. Like, I'm super secure. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. If I said, hey, don't hang out with him, now you're hanging out with the guy behind my back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to these work husbands, it's like you're friends with a guy at work. Okay, you're getting paid to hang out with this guy. Y'all don't have to go on dates or hang out. Y'all spending 8 hours a day together.
Yeah.
None of the niggas, you tell him all your business if you are in a relationship or if you're not. You feel me? Now, what I do believe, Steve Harvey's 100% correct if he was talking about work husbands. Because work husbands is somebody who only see you at work. You got right. He's sitting there waiting to slide through there.
That be that work husband shit is how a lot of like affairs start with people who are like married.
Think about this, damn. think about this. A lot of times with the work husbands, you would not even be able to approach this woman on the street. But because your
Exactly.
cubicle is next to him, oh, you in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get to
Yeah.
sit next to you for 8 hours a day. Don't do no overtime. I don't
Yeah.
even have to date
I
you.
always thought the work husbands and like the work girlfriends shit was always weird. That was always weird to me. Yeah. I never was into that or even entertained it. Like I said, I didn't even talk really to
Even
people.
socialize, right.
Listen, people think I am literally like so mean in like a work environment because I really just was like coming in, doing what I got to do, and I would leave. Like I'd be on my phone. That's it. So, but I see that topic a lot on like the memes on Instagram, like, oh yeah, the work husband, and like when I read the comments, I'm just like, yo, people are crazy.
No, because it's a real thing. I mean, because if you're literally with somebody 8 hours a day, like I
Yeah.
said, you don't have to take them out on dates. You might pay for their lunch here and there.
Yep.
Like it's an automatic end. And listen, I'm not gonna act like I was never considered a work husband. But I know one thing about me. If we hanging out 8 hours a day, we're gonna have sex. Like I mean, listen.
That's why though. Why? Why
Well,
if you're hanging out with somebody 8 hours a day?
Well, first of all, let me just clarify. This is like pre my whole life I'm living right now. Like growing up, 21, fresh out of college, 21, 22. Because I feel like this is how I honestly feel, and this is a good topic because I know we talk about the fashion thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like in general, like I'm not fashionable. Like I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna be presentable, but I don't make
but
my
you're
money.
Comfortable with your style. Like
Yeah. I'm just pulling up, right?
Right.
But I feel like when you first see me, you ain't worried about me. But my strength, I feel like, is my personality. So yeah, if I want you, I can fall back, I can chill. So for example, if it's a work situation, first of all, I got on a uniform or whatever, so we ain't got to worry about the fashion part.
Right.
If we hanging out, I'm cracking jokes, we busting up 8 hours. Oh, I'm in there. And it's just my life experience. Like I'm not even on here on no cocky shit. It just is what it is.
Happened. Right.
It just is what it is. So and that's just where I'm at with it. But to take the conversation full circle and to go back to can you have platonic relationships as far as male and female? I honestly think you can, right?
I think you can too.
Like for example, you come out with us, you bring the family with you, you bring your sisters or whatever. Like it's all love, it's all respect. But going back to when I said I don't have all my friends are attractive. Like all my female friends are attractive. And if they need me, let me know. I ain't gonna at nobody on this podcast, but I'm available. You know, your boy's single. But I'm not. You're all my friends. I don't have one friend I wouldn't knock down because I don't have ugly friends.
Right.
So I just if y'all need me,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Since we're on the top, if y'all need me, you know, y'all know the number. Let me get off here if I get it.
But like, wait, I have a question.
What's up?
It's not hard. Like, all right, when you're friends with somebody, right? And y'all are really just like friends. It's not hard for you to like look at her in like a sexual way. Like it's like okay, how do I say it? So like all right, somebody that you're not friends with, right? You could look at her and like she could instantly turn you on, like you know, like it's like crazy sex appeal because you don't it's no type of connection at all. You don't know her. But somebody that you have been like, you know, cool with, y'all connected on a friend level, whatever, it's not hard for you like to turn that off and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her or something like that. Like
it's hard over here. When I say it's hard, I'm not talking about the idea, if you get what I'm saying. Listen, my friends, I'm knocking it down, cuz.
Wow, that's
I'm just
no, I respect the honesty.
There's nobody like I'm trying to listen. I have great friends, great female friends I never touched, been inappropriate with, all that. I can honestly say I could never be like, oh my God, she's like my sister. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And you know my man, we can talk about it off mic. Right. My man posted his sister on the gram the other day. I said, boy, she be looking good as shit. That's my baby sis, man. Chill. Nigga, babies. First of all, they my baby sis.
Right.
Take that thing to Pound Town quick. I ain't playing out here, boy.
No, you are so crazy. No, I get it though. I get it. But no,
Even baby sis, you probably know as well. But
yeah, I
that's
feel
my man.
like I agree. I think that men and women can definitely have regular friendships and it not be on like no shady extra shit, and y'all really just are friends. Like it. Let me tell you something. All of my friends, all of my male friends, I have never had sex with any of them. Never. So it ain't even like, oh yeah, we tried to talk, but it didn't work out. We had sex once, but no, like nothing like that. I don't know what people have discussed amongst the group or not even y'all group, just in general, or what he may have told one of his other friend or whatever of how he, look at me or whatever, but nobody has ever made me feel uncomfortable. Nobody ever made me feel like, oh, this nigga really trying to like get with me, but never.
Yeah,
so it's either that y'all have like I keep saying, not just your group, but all my male friends, they either have a extremely high respect level for me, or it's really just, that's really like, damn, like she's just cool as shit. She's a fucking vibe, and that's my homie. Like,
listen, fuck that. I mean, you are cool as shit and you are a vibe, but niggas will definitely hit. But let me just say this though. I know for me in general, women, period, y'all all getting respect. Right? I know you on the street, whether you're my friend. I'm always gonna lead with respect. But when Steve start talking about the chink in the armor and all that, like again, if you need me, I'm available. But yeah, especially me and my niggas, like we always gonna show love and always gonna lead with respect.
Yeah.
And even if you try it and the feelings aren't reciprocated, me and my niggas, I can speak for my niggas, we not on no well fuck her then.
Right.
Well, pay for your own meal then. Like that's corny. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? But Steve out of pocket.
I have a story to tell you off mic. I just thought of it.
Tell it right now.
No, I can't. I'll tell you off mic.
All right, man. This ain't Rocket Science People, episode 76. Before I let you go, Dan, what's the Instagram? Where can they find you? What's the website? What's happening?
So my personal Instagram is that damn __damn. So the first damn is the regular way you spell damn, DAMN __ my name, DAM. That's my personal page. And my personal page is just like a lifestyle type of like fashion page. Like I post, here and there. And then the brands page is just simply Dirty Diane brand. Definitely follow the brand, get familiar with it. It's really, it's a vibe. Like, I feel like my brand's Instagram tells its own story. So like, if you want to get familiar with my clothes, it's a unisex streetwear brand. I forgot to mention that. So, and it's a lifestyle brand. I don't just release clothes. I do monthly playlists. I also drop just like little like life hack tips, in regards to whatever I'm, feeling at the moment. But yes, the brand's Instagram is Dirty Diane, and Diane is spelled DIAN brand, and the website is Dirty Diane. It's in my bio and the brand's bio. If you have, like any questions, or if you're interested in the June 6th appointment only event, and you are, like a creative or a tastemaker, and we're just not familiar with each other, definitely DM me, reach out to me. If you know Tremaine personally, reach out to Tremaine. He'll, definitely hit me up. Because like I said, we are still giving out invitations. We're not done yet, but we're going to be cutting the appointments off soon because we're almost at our max. So yeah, this was cool. I like this. This was my first podcast.
It was a good time. I told you it was a good time. I told you we were gonna have fun with it. We definitely gonna do it again. Matter of fact, I might have to host live from the appointment only, John. I'm gonna talk to the owner, Diane, and see if I can do a podcast live.
Or you gotta get culture on here and maybe have us all on at once.
You know what's crazy? First of all, shout out to the coder, shout out to Scrap, shout out to Facts, everybody involved with the brand. Man, they was on this John. They on like episode like 32, 33. You feel me? And this is 76. So we definitely do to bring them back through here. But
Yeah.
fun fact, especially since it's Cinco de Mayo coming up, again, shout out to my homie Fax. Fun fact is, we used to record our podcast in the Culture Studio. And then, again, because Cinco de Mayo and only Fax know this, it became a rap. And I won't say why. But shout out to the homies. This ain't Rocket Science People, episode 76. It's definitely been fun. Damn, I appreciate you popping out. It was always a good time. It
Thank
was
you
always a
so
good
much
conversation.
for having me.
You already know.